Good morning guys, and welcome to day 12 of this USA vlog. Coming to you from Miami, Florida today. Today is Thursday the 22nd, I'm going to say. Pretty sure. I'm not 100%. Days, times, concepts of time have completely gone out the window. No, I was right. It's early-ish, it's about 8:30 in the morning. So not too early. I actually had probably the best night's sleep I've had since I left Australia. So I actually feel tired because I probably slept like 6 hours. Slept a decent night, so it's a shock. It's a shock to the body. But I was up doing some work, getting back some emails, answering messages, all that sort of fun stuff. Getting the next lot of videos up. Past this night, and about to have some breakfast. So breakfast is pretty simple. I'm gonna have some of these funny looking eggs, white eggs, the whitest eggs you've ever seen. So I'll have 6 whole eggs, and then one of these, let's stretch this label out here, one of these cinnamon raisin bagels. So we're looking at macros of 40 protein, about 30 fat, 50 carb. So a pretty high calorie meal, but it's a good number, and that's what I want to eat. So it'll mean less to me when it comes to like hitting macros and so on, knowing that I'm going to be sort of I want to do some touristy stuff, a little sightseeing today here in Miami. So knowing that I might eat less frequently, I actually prefer eating less frequently. I think it's much easier, it's much more sustainable as well. So instead of trying to eat 7 or 8 meals at 30 grams of protein or something like that, I'd much prefer to eat less meals and eat more in the meals, because it's just easier, it's much more sustainable, it's much simpler. And if you have to stop and eat every 2 hours when you're traveling, it's just not practical. It just takes so much, it takes up so much time. So it's not practical, it's a pain in the ass, to be honest, and it's very hard to stick by. But at the end of the day, what's important, and this goes for progress in general, it doesn't mean just for traveling, but is hitting your numbers, your protein, carbs, and fat totals for the day. The amount of meals that they were eating in and the nutrient timing and so on are very, very much a lower priority than getting the numbers in general. So if your goal is to eat 250 grams of protein, you eat that in 3 meals, it's better than eating 20 grams of protein perfectly spaced over 4 meals and missing half your protein intake for the day. The most important by far and away is getting in the amount that you need. So stick to the macros, hit your numbers, and don't stress so much about the timing. Don't microanalyze. Eat as good a sources as you can and hit the numbers for the day, and you'll make progress. That's it. So let's get some breakfast down, do some work, and then we'll put in a shower, get ready, get going. The good part about the time difference here, the time difference I believe is like 13-14 hours. It's a little bit more than LA, because we're obviously further around the world. So it's pretty good. So it means I can basically get a whole day of touristy stuff, and it doesn't actually affect the business day either. So in terms of like orders and stuff rolling in, wholesale orders, all that sort of stuff, it's not too bad. It works actually out quite well. So we can do a fair bit of touristy stuff, and then train, etc. early, and yeah, then do a normal evening as well. I've also got a book. My next leg had some plans change some things up to fit some more extra stuff in. So I'm going to try to move my flight early tomorrow morning instead of later. It's a pretty long flight, it's about 5 hours to get over to San Francisco. If I have a later flight, I pretty much lose tomorrow. So I'm going to see if I can shuffle that around, get some accommodations in San Francisco for a couple of nights, and that's it. So let's eat and let's go. Alright, breakfast is served. So there we've made into a delicious omelette. We've got our bagel toasted up. We've got the little raisins in there and all that, and still a little soft, which is not too bad. And how's this? I found yesterday some of my salsa picante I actually don't. I should look this up what this means, but I'm assuming it means some sort of hot sauce, but it doesn't actually have the ingredients, and it's all in Spanish. But wait. Nope, there we go. Distilled vinegar, peppers, salt, and some thickener. That's it. So, big fan. So I've got a little of that inside this omelette for a little bit of kick, and just some water. That's it. Doing some work, and we're to go. To me, there's nothing that typifies Miami more than Havana. Seeing why there's so many Latino people who come here. So when Castro came to power in 1959, there was an influx of people fleeing Cuba from all of the political unrest, all of the fighting and infighting and so on. So being that the US was so close, they ended up with a lot of Cuban people here in Miami. So big parts of the culture: food, cigars, music, dancing, barbers, oddly enough. So I might give myself a fresh fade. So there are some excellent fade places around. Get some Cuban food, some Cuban coffee. I'll show you what I get. Alright guys, we at Lincoln Road Mall. It's a very famous mall in South Beach, Miami. Having a look around, maybe buy something, maybe not. See what I say, I don't really make plans to buy things. And see something you like it. But you don't see nothing you like, you don't get nothing. Also running out of space in my luggage, even though I've not bought anything this entire trip. I've been loaded up with supplements and so on. But look at this mall, very picturesque. Love it here. Games on the go. Got my pre-workout sludge here. I've got my pre-workout supplements here. We're gonna hit the road and eat something. Right, have a ride at Busy Body Fitness Center. So let's go inside. What's up, guys? Back in Miami. Back in, I don't even know where I'm staying. North Bay Village, I think it's called. North Beach, North Bay, something like that. As you know, I headed up to back up to Boca. The Blackstone boys, James hit me up, said, "Hey man, what are you doing tonight? You want to train? We'll get some dinner, we'll talk, blah blah blah." I said, "Hell yeah, let's do it. Why not?" If you get the opportunity to do something like that, to hang around sort of like, I wouldn't say wealthy is not the word, people who are successful in the area that you're in, I think that's a huge advantage, and you should grab that opportunity with both hands. So rolled up, we trained at Busy Body West, which is where, if you watch Beauty and the Brawn, that's where they all train, that's where all the videos are shot, that's where you'll see Cody train, you would have seen Dallas McCarver training there. There's quite a lot of Darren Charles trains there, whole bunch of IFBB pros, and now they can put me on their list. Let's not be ridiculous. So we trained some arms, trained triceps, trained biceps. I didn't film the workout, didn't even snap the workout, and the reason being is, I want to explain this, is that sometimes some things are just, it's good to be able just to hang out, do your thing, and not have a camera in your face. I personally, it doesn't bother me, but it's nice to be able to just enjoy the time together and not sort of be doing things for a camera, because sometimes workouts are really like the workouts for, it's not a staged workout, but it's more like working out for social, not really working out for authentic reasons, if that makes sense. So it was really good to be able to hang out, talk business, talk, life in general, and just spend some time with, we don't spend time together at all face to face. So these opportunities are very few and far between. So I'm only to say, oh, it's a pain, you got to drive an hour. I said, who cares? It's a drive an hour. It's halfway around the world. What's a short drive? to be able to go and spend time with the people we do so much business with. I'm a big fan of as you know, like Blackstone to me is like it's like my baby in Australia. So to be able to spend time with the Blackstone crew, hang out, meet their partners, and see, like I saw like half the, it's like it really is, they're like a big family, just like Spartansuppz, and saw like the half the team, half of the Blackstone team was at the gym anyway. So saw like pretty much all of the people I saw the other day, which was really cool. So had a good time, went out to dinner, went to a really good steakhouse, which was, I forget the name, I think it was called Houston Steakhouse, I think it was, and it was amazing. Had a prime rib, photo of the meal on screen now, and a loaded baked potato. I literally couldn't finish it. It was loaded, so I took off a lot of the toppings and just went for the actual potatoey portion, and didn't even eat all of that. But I ate the hell out of that prime rib. That was a large piece of beef. So it was really good. I really enjoyed the time, and I appreciate being so well taken care of as well. It's very, very enjoyable, and being that like this is probably only going to happen at best once a year, take full advantage. Like this is literally, I will not sleep tonight. My flight out of Fort Lauderdale, which is 40 minutes north of Miami, is at 6 a.m. I've still got to drop the car off. I fill the car up first, drop the car off, get from the rental place to the airport, check in, go through security, pay for your bag and so on, which is not included in domestic flights for some dumb reason in America. Go figure. And then get through the security and so on. So realistically, I've got to leave at 3 a.m. and it's now about 1 a.m. It's about midnight, but I'm going to be working anyway, so I might as well just, who's going to sleep for 1 hour or two? I won't bother sleeping tonight. I'll try and maybe catch a bit of a nap on the plane. Tomorrow's flight route is from, if we got Miami down here, we're going up to Charlotte in North Carolina. So a couple of hours north, and then we're going all the way over to San Francisco. So tomorrow is more or less a travel day, but the reason I'm flying out super early is to maximize and get about a half a day to do some touristy stuff in San Francisco, get checked into the hotel, to the place I'm staying as early as possible, and then get out and see. I want to see Golden Gate Bridge. I'm itching to see it, so that is high on my list. Always wanted to go to San Francisco, and if that means not sleeping, so I get a half a day to do some stuff there, I'm all in. Stuff to sleep later. Can catch up, sleep later, which I am not going to do anyway. So that is pretty much it. I'm going to get stuck in some work. I'm going to have one more meal, which I'll show you what I'm going to eat. My food has been all over the place today. I didn't really eat particularly well. But say, oh man, how do you stay on track? You don't. You do the best you can with the situation that you're in. But it's meant that it's been alright for getting dropping some body fat, because getting a little bit leaner, not planning to, just you just miss meals. So to me, I've been trying to eat larger meals less frequently, because you just do not get the opportunity to eat as frequently as you want to. So I had a pre-workout sludge literally in the car driving. Let's just pretend I pulled over to do that, but on the way at about say 5 p.m. and then I had dinner at about probably 8 p.m. and now it's midnight. Still haven't eaten, so get another meal in. I don't, as you know, if you've listened to my rants before, I do not care whatsoever about nutrient timing aside from workout nutrition. The rest of the day, tracking numbers, hitting your macros, and for this purpose of this trip, it's really estimating as best you can. Trying to make good food choices so I don't get pasta and lasagna and shit food or order dessert. Diet Coke and water, only drink options. No, I haven't had any alcoholic drinks and I don't plan on it. I don't drink, I'm not a big fan. Kills my sharpness and I won't be able to function the next day. And steak and potatoes. So pretty good. I cut the fat off the steak, eat around the fatty bits, and I eat the best part of the potato, try to eat as clean as well as possible basically, and still trying to hit the quantity that I need, because the quantity is sort of a bit of an issue. So I'm gonna have another meal with some protein, fat and carbs, and I'll show you that meal. But for now it's time to shower, do some work. I haven't showered after training. I hate not showering after training. So I'm gonna shower, get a little work done, get into, and then I've got to pack up all that crap you can see in the background. I've got to pack up my suitcase and everything, because I've got to leave in a few hours. Still got work to do over here. I've got some videos and stuff processing and ready for upload. So I'm gonna get those ready to go, and yeah, pretty much work until I have to go. If that means a little extra coffee, a little extra caffeine, yes please. What's up guys, it's getting late. It's time to call this vlog a day. It is 1:38 in the AM, and then I have to wake up in an hour and a half. So I will see you guys again for the next day, which you'll see a day after this one, but the day in reality starts in about 10 minutes. So I hope you've enjoyed this day. This day has been a little bit of touristy action throughout Little Havana, which I've really enjoyed. Some touring around, some traveling, some training, some business, some cultural experience of food, and it was a big day. It's been a long day. The day started at 7 AM. It's now 1:30 AM. So these days I'm definitely not getting any shorter, and the next couple are not going to be any better. There's only a couple more days left of this tour. Today's Thursday, sorry, just started Friday, so Friday, Saturday and Sunday is pretty much heading home. So I'm planning on maximizing the time, and if I don't sleep until I get back to Australia, so be it. I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog. If you did, be sure to hit the like button down below, drop a comment with your feedback, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest content. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.